In this video, I'm going to be covering the urban village development projects here in San Jose, a part of the 2040 Envision project, and how you as an investor here in the Bay Area can use these maps and use these future development sites to really set yourself up for future success. This is Danny Gould with the Gould team selling Silicon Valley, and in today's video, I really want to just talk about theoretically how a lot of investors here in the Bay Area can use the urban village development projects to set themselves up for future success. You know, right now, I have a lot of investors coming to me and they're asking me, Danny, where should I put my money? And the reality is that it's really difficult to tell an investor with a straight face to put their money in an area like Palo Alto or Los Altos or Mountain View, where in reality, these markets are super inflated. Right. And especially we've been on, a 9-year run now. And we're at the point where a lot of people are getting nervous as to whether or not the market's going to shift or not. And really, the only way to protect yourself in this kind of environment, if you still want to invest, is to not go where the money already is. It's to go where the money's going to be. Right. And it's really difficult. Right. It's really difficult because I know that the trophy property in the Mid-Peninsula is very appealing for a lot of reasons, right? But the question I have to ask all my clients is, do you want to be sexy or do you want to be rich, right? Because if you want to be sexy, let's go to Palo Alto. That's fine. But if you want to be rich, then follow my advice and go for the areas where the money's going to be. There's a couple of reasons I like San Jose. And I think should be no surprise now that the news is out. Google is moving to downtown next to the SAP Center. They're going to bring in 20,000 jobs or more. And those jobs are going to bring immediate growth to the area. Similar to what happened when Google moved into Mountain View or when Facebook moved into East Menlo. History tends to repeat itself, right? And if you look at a lot of the underpriced real estate in both of those areas, be it East Palo Alto, East Menlo Park for Facebook, or Mountain View and some of the surrounding areas around there. When Google moved in, these were areas that were, C, D areas, right? And overnight, over the span of 5 years, they were completely revitalized, right? And these areas experienced vast amounts of growth in terms of equity in the real estate that was held there. And so if you look at all of those areas, right? And then you look at what's going on in San Jose, it should come as no surprise, or it should really be a no-brainer that a lot of the real estate around where Google plans to move into is going to significantly appreciate once Google moves in. And it's already appreciating, right? People are already hedging their bets. But on top of all of what's going on with Google around the SAP Center, there's a cherry on top, which is the Urban Village Development Project. San Jose has huge plans for the future, and they have this project. It's called Envision 2040. And one of the pillars of that project is the Urban Village developments. And there's 11 sites right now that are proposed, right? Now, of course, this isn't like 100% sure, but with as much certainty as we can have right now, there are 11 proposed sites. Almost all of them are within a 2-mile radius of the proposed Google campus. The 11 proposed areas in San Jose right now include the Alameda, Roosevelt Park, Little Portugal, Alum Rock, West San Carlos, Five Wounds, 24th and William, Stevens Creek Boulevard, Santana Row and the Valley Fair vicinity, Winchester Boulevard, and South Bascom. So these 11 areas is where San Jose is putting these massive efforts in place to try and get these urban villages set up. Now, what does that mean? Urban village is essentially, think of it as a Santana Row, right? There's a lot of mixed use buildings in and around the area. The intent is to bring housing, accessible transportation, basically lifestyle. So think, Safeway, restaurants, gyms, all of that, plus jobs to the area, right? So it's literally a little village, right? They want to create these little villages in and around San Jose. So how can someone like you take advantage of this? Well, right now, what's sitting on most of that land are single family residences, duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes. So you as an investor can go in and seek out off-market opportunities in these areas, and I can help you with that. And we can basically go over there and find, okay, well, based on the map, these are the areas, these are the residences that we want to target, right? And go in there. A lot of these properties are in C areas right now. Let's face it, right? There's a reason that they're redeveloping these areas. They want to revitalize and re-energize some of these, C areas. There's some other good ones too, right? But generally, the homes and the units are not going to be in the greatest condition. So the short-term play is to buy as many residences as you can, renovate them, and hold them, right? You want to renovate them to bring the rents up to above market value, ideally, and then basically use the cash flow to offset any sort of debt that you have on the property. Really, these aren't going to be huge money-making opportunities in the short term, but if you're able to, you can use that property in 10, 15, 20 years to either sell to a developer that develops on that plot of land, or you can play Mr. Monopoly of a certain block or a certain area and try and take control of 2, 3, 4 pieces of land right next to each other, right? Pieces of land, real estate, whatever you want, houses, whatever. You take possession of 2, 3, or 4 of them, and then you really have something special, because you could really develop something that's going to, be a really, really good payday for you at the end of the day. So really, the investment strategy is not let's collect cash flow on a month-over-month basis. It's almost let's try and break even on this. And then once we have the ability to break ground on this area, we either break ground or we sell it to a developer, or we try and take possession of 2, 3, 4 or more parcels and play Mr. Monopoly of whatever block you decide to play in. But really, I mean, to me, the ones that I'm most bullish on are the ones that are really, really close to the SAP Center, which includes the West San Carlos and Alameda locations. I feel like those two are especially going to bring a lot of growth to those areas, and I think that those are going to be the biggest grand slams in the overall grand scheme of things. I could be wrong, but I really like those two areas in particular. So if you have any questions about the Urban Village projects or how you can try and seek out off-market opportunities in those areas, or any questions at all, feel free to leave those questions down below, and I will answer them either via video or I can reach out to you via private message. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's Danny Gould with the Gould team selling Silicon Valley, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care.